like to go first?
Television.
Go ahead.
Go. Good morning. Y'all know me, know how I earn a living. I got the letter regarding the veterinarian that I turned in. Number 18, where is 1 through 17? I don't have those. Hello? The other complaints. I got the one. You emailed it to me, and I received the letter. Where are the 17 prior?
And there's some final action, you will receive it.
Oh, so that means you did final action on the one that I just turned in, on 6/29?
No, you're talking about the acknowledgement letter that I emailed to you subsequent to the last meeting, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Not the one that, no, I'm talking about the one I just turned in.
Right, and then I wrote you back and said that we got it, yes.
Right, and then you sent the letter
Right.
to my home,
Yeah.
snail mail.
Mhm.
That's the only one I got.
Okay, and at the last meeting, I think we discussed, also in public, that you had turned in those 16 in public session, and we all acknowledged it in public. If you'd like a letter, I'd be happy to write you a letter. But
No, that's not what you said the last time. What you said, well, actually, the last meeting, nothing was said for 36 minutes. Nobody got any answers on anything. So hopefully we'll get answers today, right? You ready? Go.
Done.
You better believe it.
Deborah Deacon. I have a few things I want to bring up about the letter that I received from the board. And I know you said you closed it, but I'm still going to give my opinion on Snickerbell, Desi, Dee Dee, and Sunny. I don't understand how the board, and it's okay with you, to have the wrong name on the wrong medication for the wrong patient. That does not go with your regulations. So how is that closed and okay? You state in the letter it's not repeated. Acts of negligence. You only need one act of negligence to kill anyone. So where does repeated come in?
There's a statute, NJSA 45:1-21.
And it says what?
That provides the causes, if you will, for which the board can take action. That is either gross negligence or repeated acts of negligence, not a single act of negligence.
Okay, but I put in several.
I understand the complaints that you filed, the board has reviewed those, and it's rendered decisions on some of your complaints.
Well, you rendered a decision on 4. One, my dog was dismissed from the animal hospital and could not walk or stand. So I had to take him right back. And they did nothing. They sent him home. So then I had to take him back in again. And then he was put on pred. So excuse me, do you release your patients when they're not able to stand? He walked in, so what happened in between? Now in the records it says hunch stance in cage. So what kind of cage did they have him in? That's my question. Does anybody ask them any questions? That's my dog. Now, for Sonny, he's on dog heartworm medicine. There's a label for my dog and there's a label for my cat. Now, if I'm not an advocate for my animals, and I'm just a person that doesn't look at the medications, many people would give that to their cat. And I have that in my possession. I sent you pictures. Destiny. I found Destiny, Jonathan. Destiny, I asked for x-rays because she had hip problems. I did not get the x-rays. When I asked for all my records, all my x-rays, and all the blood work, and you don't send it to me, why is that? How am I supposed to take that if she has a problem to another vet so he can view that x-ray and maybe take another one to see where the progress is? But that's okay too.
They probably didn't even x-ray, just charge you for it.
Right. I even took the records into a vet that I go to now, and she couldn't even read them. I know doctors don't have the greatest penmanship, but I mean, I think you're taught that, but okay, whatever. But I mean, you as a doctor and you as a doctor, you need to read each other's notes, because if you don't, then where's that leave the animal? And the vet that I go to couldn't read it. So I don't understand how you okay that, and I want to show you something. Because if you think I don't have everything, I got it all. Okay? Heart guard for a canine. 2 labels on it. One for my dog, one for my cat. Now you're all vets that sit at the table, the vets, okay? You know that a cat cannot have a dog heartworm because the ingredients is different. So how I get this letter that this is okay and there's no problem, I see a very big problem here. If you can't dispense the proper medication to the proper patient in the proper dosage, we got a problem. You're not understanding. You have clients that you'll hand this to. They'll go home and they'll just look at it. Okay, cat. Here, I'll give it to my cat. Then what? Or the wrong dosage. And I sent you where the pills are cut terribly. You can't do that.
Yes, they can. They just did.
No, they can't.
They just did.
My niece is a pharmacist. Do you know what happens to a pharmacist when they put the wrong name on a medication or the wrong dosage? But yet it's okay for our animals to have that done to them? No, absolutely not right. And when you put in my letter, acts of negligence, how many acts does it take to kill? Do I have any answers? If I give you the wrong medicine, could you die? And if you die, does that have something to do with me? Yes, it does. What this shows here, the complaints I put in, shows that they are not running that hospital correctly. And then there's Spanky. And that's why I went through the records and I sent these in. To show you that something is wrong. Spanky is a total cover-up. I'd like to find 3 of you vets here sitting at the table tell me that you don't know what happened to Spanky if you were in that hospital. Because any of the vets at East Brunswick Animal Hospital that doesn't know what happened to Spanky after she's on camera and you look at her, then you either need to go and redo your veterinarian classes or you need big glasses, because that's trauma, not normal. And if anybody could explain that to me, I would be open, because I've been in random animal rescue for 15 years and own animals for years. I have never, ever seen an animal that looks like Spanky. Never. And with the comment, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Did she siege? No, she did not. Right there is your red flag. How do you know that?
Right. How do they know? How do they know?
They're not going to cover Spanky up. I'm telling you right now, we're going to have a war,
You guys better do what's right.
because I'm not going to allow it. What's fair is fair. If you die normally, fine. That's a difference. But you can look at Spanky's picture and see that she is traumatized. And I don't appreciate it, because I happen to love her. And I don't count my dollars on my animals. East Brunswick is floating, and you're allowing it.
A year, 5 months later, and they're still rocking and rolling.
Now, you speak of statutes, there's also regulations. Two things. A client relationship, the doctor is supposed to do everything in his power to help that animal. That wasn't done for Spanky. On medicines, there's supposed to be instructions on how to use it. Well, that's not on the heartworm, but 2 names is on it, a feline and a canine. On Desi, when I asked for her total record and her x-rays, that's mine to have. So they didn't want to give that?
That's because they didn't do it. That's why.
And on,
But that's okay.
on Snickerbell, how did he not walk? But in the records it's there, hunched in a cage at the hospital. Can somebody tell me what that means? You're doctors, can you please tell me what that means? Because in my mind, that means you stuffed them in a cage that was too small.
They're not going to answer you.
You know, there's a post on Facebook, and it says, when I need help, here's the people that helps me. And it's a room, and there's nobody in it. That's what I feel like here. I mean, this is a disgrace, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys,
To allow
come
that,
on.
It's a disgrace. You can't keep allowing wrongs to be done by vets. It's not right.
You want to tell them about Bill A4124?
No. But I've been through this with humans, okay? I disinterred my mother after 3 years because doctors did not do an autopsy when I asked. And let me tell you a little trick. I couldn't get somebody to do her autopsy from New Jersey, New York, or Pennsylvania because there was too many connections. So I had to fly somebody in from California. But I found out the answer and the lie. So if you think I won't do anything with this, you're wrong. And you know what? You could look at me. I'm over here. I mean, the only one that's looking at me is Dr. Adler.
Well, always looking at us. Jonathan's looking too.
Well, then you ought to know that this was wrong, Doctor.
This is year 1 year, 5 months for her. It took me 6 years with Betsy. It won't take 6 years with Spanky. I promise you that. I promise.
Oh, I'm not.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and you all know that. You all know that. I know what I'm doing. You better do what's right. Pick your poison.
I'm not saying all vets are bad.
No.
But the bad ones have.
You gotta
got
do
to
something with
be
them.
Gone. I'm sorry. Depending on what the issue is.
We aren't after veterinarians. We're after bad vets.
And
Okay?
you're helping them slide.
You are. You guys are just like, let them just like, you did it with Betsy. And you turn around, you're doing it with this, like a year later, and you still don't know? Yes, you do. Yes, you do know. Yes, you do. I don't care. You could sit there and you don't say anything, lawyered up, don't say anything. You guys know what happened. It's not fair to her that she does not know what happened to her cat. It's not right. Tell her what happened so she can heal, for Christ's sakes. Knock it off. Tell her what happened. That is the right thing to do so she can start to heal. It's the not knowing, which is really, really disgusting on your part, to hold that from her. And you all know what happened. You all know what happened.
I don't know what else to say to you. I really don't. The only thing I can say is this. Like I told you before. See these letters? You can send them to my house all you want. But Spanky is not going to die the way she died. She died in trauma and torture. I might not have a vet license behind me, but I have a human compassion eye. I've worked with animals also. They don't die like that. And I'm not going to sit here and allow another animal or another animal owner to be tortured like I am. You have no idea my life now. I'm going to tell you it's not the same. Okay? Today's a national holiday because I got dressed.
You'll be all right. You'll get there. I
My
promise.
husband does the shopping. He does the wash. Because I can't. And you send me letters to my house and tell me that it's okay to do the wrong medications and the wrong heartworm medicine to a cat, and that you don't know what happened to my Spanky? Is there any honesty in this room? Or is there any heart in this room? You know, you people count on us, the clients, for your livelihood. I'm telling you right now, the vet practice is going down. I told you that
And you guys
before.
allow it. You guys are allowing it. It's terrible. It really is.
People are afraid to come to yous anymore. And I looked yous all up, so I know what yous got. I know what animal hospitals you have. I know what reviews you have. I know the PhD and the agriculture and everything else. So I do my homework. But I'll tell you one thing. 3 doctors with no answers never happen. Never happen unless it's a cover-up. And that's what it is. And allowing kids into the sick room with pets? No. Why are they allowed in there? I'm not allowed in there. So why is a kid allowed in there?
They're not. You
If
know
you
that.
have children and you gotta go medicate an animal or whatever, well then I'm sorry, your wife, your sister, whoever has to watch your kids. It's not a playground.
They
And
shouldn't be there
animals are
overnight without
upset
anybody there.
enough when they're taken away from their owners and put in a different environment.
That's what happens when they're left alone, see?
Yeah, well, they're not gonna be left alone too long because I'm going for Spanky's Law. And left alone, you know what that means? Now I learned. I trusted, but I don't got trust no more. That's out the window. That means we're paying you for services not rendered.
I told you that. They steal it.
That's
Overnight
not right.
fee, cha-ching.
I mean, somebody here has to have a conscience and a heart.
Okay,
They do.
Debbie, thank you. Thank you both for coming. Okay, the board has listened and is listening, okay?
I hope so.
We do.
Yeah. I do too.
We do. We're
I
gonna
mean
move
it.
on to the next, which is legislative. No, we're just gonna go over the assembly bill first.
Oh, okay.
Let's hear this assembly bill.
The assembly bill under F1 is the Assembly Bill A 4290, which permits certain undocumented immigrants to obtain professional and occupational licenses